Welcome. I am Professor A.B. Zanjad from Kekiwa College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, Nasik, in the Department of Irrigation and Drainage Engineering. Today we will see the topic the pressure forces on plane surface and curved surface. This topic deals with the fluids at rest. This means that there is no relative motion between adjacent or neighboring fluid layers. The velocity gradient, which is equal to the change of velocity between two adjacent fluid layers divided by distance between the layers, which will be equal to 0. That is, du upon dy is equal to 0. The shear stress, which is equal to mu into d by u upon d by y, will also be 0. Then the forces acting on the fluid particles will be, there are two forces acting on fluid particles at rest. First force is due to the pressure of fluid normal to the surface, and second force due to gravity or self weight of the fluid particles at rest. Then the total pressure and center of pressure. First we will see the definition of total pressure. Total pressure is defined as the force exerted by a static fluid on surface, either plane or curve, when the fluid comes in contact with the surface, and this force always acts normal to the surface. Then the center of pressure. It is defined as the point of application of the total pressure on the surface. There are four cases of submerged surfaces on which the total pressure force and center of pressure is to be determined, and these four surfaces are: first, vertical plane surface; second, horizontal plane surface; third, inclined plane surface; and last, the curved surface. First we will see the vertical plane surface submerged in liquid. Now consider this figure. As shown in figure, consider a plain vertical surface of arbitrary shape which is immersed in a liquid. A liquid, say any liquid like water. Let A is total area of surface. H bar is distance of center of gravity of the area from free surface of liquid. We can see the free surface of liquid in the figure, and H bar is the distance of center gravity of the area from free surface of liquid. Then G is center of gravity of plane surface. P is center of pressure. We can see the point P, it is the center of pressure, and H star is distance of center of pressure from the free surface of liquid. It is also shown in figure. Here is H star, which is the distance of center of pressure from the free surface of liquid. Then first we will see the total pressure, that is capital F. The total pressure on the surface may be determined by dividing the entire surface into a number of small parallel strips. This vertical surface arbitrary shape is immersed in liquid is we can divide into number of small parallel strips. The force on small strip is then calculated, and the total pressure force on the whole area is calculated by integrating the force on small strip. Now consider a strip of thickness dh with width b at a depth of h from free surface of liquid. The pressure intensity thus on the strip is equal to rho into G into H, and area of the strip is B into dH. The total pressure force on strip dF is equal to pressure intensity into area, which is equal to rho GH into B into dH. Therefore, total pressure force on the whole surface, that is F, is equal to integrating the dF, which equal to integration of rho GH into B into dH, which is equal to rho G into integration of B into H into dH. But integration of BH dH is equal to integration of H into dA, which is equal to moment of surface area about the free surface of liquid, which is equal to area of surface into distance of center of gravity from the free surface, that is equal to area into H bar. Therefore, total pressure force on the whole surface, that is F, is equal to rho into G into A into H bar. For the water, the value of rho is 1000 kg per meter cube and G equal to 9.81 meter per second square, and this total pressure force is in the Newton. Then the second, the center of pressure. The center of pressure is calculated by using the principle of moments. The principle of moments states that the moment of the resultant force about an axis is equal to the sum of moments of components about the same axis. The resultant force F is acting at P at a distance h from free surface of the liquid as shown in figure. Hence, the moment of the force F about free surface of the liquid is equal to F into H star. The moment of force dF acting on strip about free surface of liquid is equal to dF into H, but we know the dF is rho GH into BDH. Therefore, moment of force dF acting on strip is equal to rho GH into BDH into H. Then the sum of moments of all such forces about free surface of liquid is equal to integration of rho GH into BDH into H is equal to rho G in integration of BH into HDH, which is equal to rho G integration of BH square DH is equal to rho G integration of H square dA, as BDH is equal to dA. But integration of H square dA is equal to integration of BH square into DH, which is equal to moment of inertia of the surface about free surface of liquid. Therefore, sum of the moments about free surface is equal to rho G I0. Then equating these two equations, we get F into H star is equal to rho G I0, but F is equal to rho G AH bar. Therefore, putting this value rho G H bar into H star is equal to rho G I0. Hence, we can find the value of H star, that is equal to rho G I0 upon rho G AH, that is equal to I0 upon AH bar. Therefore, by the theorem of parallel axis, we have I0 equal to Ig plus A into H bar square, where Ig equal to moment of inertia of area about an axis passing through the center of gravity of the area and parallel to the free surface of liquid. Therefore, putting the value of I0 in the equation 4, we get H star is equal to Ig plus AH bar square upon AH bar, which is equal to Ig upon AH bar plus EH bar. To get more videos related to agricultural engineering and irrigation engineering, follow the channel Agroneers. Thank you.